This video is on the price prediction and technical analysis of the Ger40 index, which we also refer to as Dax40. And as you guys know, what we'll do is start off this analysis on the monthly chart and work our way down to about the HO chart. And without wasting any further time, let's get straight into the actual technical analysis. And just based on technical analysis, we can see that the market had given us this pattern over here, which is an inverted head and shoulders pattern, where this section over here is the left shoulder, this would be the head, and this would be the right hand shoulder. And this particular pattern also has a neckline at that point, which is also a very strong level of support at this point in time. And what we want to see happen next is the market from where it is ideally move down to the neckline to test it. Remember, it's the neckline of that inverted head and shoulders pattern. To add to that, it's also a very strong level of support, as I said. And at this level is where a lot of financial institutions, including banks and insurers, will be looking to potentially move the market further up, especially if the very same level aligns with any key numbers that we may have in regards to the Fibonacci retracement tool, right? Anyway, I'm just gonna add my neckline, which, as I said, is also a very strong level of support at this point in time. There we go. There we go, there we go, there we go. And what else do we see, guys? Another thing that I see at this point in time is that if you were to look at this month's candlestick, at this point it is a very strong bullish candlestick. And in my very humble opinion, I would say that it's very strong due to earnings season, which is well underway in the US. And I know that some of you may say that earnings season in the US has nothing to do with Ger40, and unfortunately or fortunately, depending on how you look at it, that's not true. All of these indices are related, and whether you look at Nasdaq 100, US 30, S&P 500 or Ger40, they're all related, and they all, for the most part, tend to move in the same direction, just at different times, more or less, right? Anyway, let's head down to the weekly chart and let's see what's happening down there. And just to recap, guys, remember that on the monthly chart, we spoke about how the market had given us this pattern over here, which is an inverted head and shoulders pattern, and we said we want to see price come back to that level, and at this level is where we may potentially look for buy opportunities. But here we are now on the weekly chart, and what do we see? On the weekly chart, we can see at this point that we have these two candlesticks over here. If I can just mark them properly, we have these two candlesticks, this one in addition to this one over here. And what they are bearish candlesticks with small bodies and relatively long lower wicks. And what this means is that at the bottom where that wick ends, we have a lot of liquidity there, right? We have a lot of liquidity at that point here as well as there. And what this means is that sooner or later the market needs to come back to these levels to grab that liquidity, as that liquidity is money. And as I always say, the markets will always go to where the money is, right? So I'm just gonna mark these levels because they're very much important at this point in time. So just bear with me. Let's see. We'll mark this one first, and then this one second, right? And another interesting thing is that if you were to look at this one over here, this candlestick over here, it ties in with how I said that we have, remember, that inverted head and shoulders pattern, right, which has a neckline there, and we said we want to see price come back to this level ideally. And we can also see, as I said, that this candlestick over here is carrying money here, right? If I can just mark it properly, let's have a look. It's carrying a lot of money there, and as I said, it ties in with how we have that structure, and we want to see price come back there, and then at that point is where we would look for potential buy opportunities. Another thing that I also want to bring to your attention in regards to the weekly chart is that it seems as though that at this point in time the market has given us what seems to be the first leg of a possible double top, and we may potentially see the market actually give us the second leg as well of a double top, and we may again see the market potentially move further down, right? And this would be actually an overextended double top, as I always say, as that first leg would be much lower than that second leg, right? And ideally we would love to see the market come back to that level, breaking this neckline of that double top over there. I hope you guys can see that, right? And again, guys, what I'm doing right now is just speculating, and I'm just showing you some of the outcomes that we may encounter in as far as Ger40 is concerned, right? I'm showing you some of the outcomes, as I said, and I'm not saying that the markets will unravel in the manner in which I've just described, right? Anyway, from here, let's head down to the daily chart, and here we are on the daily chart, right? And to recap, guys, again, remember on the on the weekly chart, we spoke about how the market has given us this pattern over here, and how we may potentially get the second leg of that structure, where we may see the market actually move further down, right, to complete that structure. And as much as that's the case, in fact, before we continue, let me just actually add my daily channel, which is very much important at this point in time. Just bear with me. I would add my daily channel more or less in this manner, right? And we can see that for the most part, in as far as the daily chart goes, we are in an upward trending market, which means that we should for the most part be looking for buy opportunities. As I said, guys, remember that we had spoken about how the market may give us an overextended double top, and we may see the market actually move further down. As much as that's the case, we also if I can just zoom in a bit, just bear with me, we also have on this daily chart this overextended W structure, which similarly has a neckline there, right? And again, we may see the market actually from where it is currently move all the way down to this level, which is where we have that neckline of that W structure, and at that point is where again we may see potentially the market move further up, right? I'm just going to add my channel, or rather my neckline, and there goes my neckline. And the next thing I'm going to do is utilize Fibonacci just to see if that neckline of that overextended W structure aligns with any key numbers that we may have in regards to the Fibonacci retracement tool, right? And there we go. And again, we can see now that the neckline of this overextended W structure, which is over here, we could say aligns with the 61.8% Fibonacci retracement level, which means that should price from where it is currently come back to that level, at this level we may look for potential buy opportunities, right? I'm just going to remove that Fib tool, and that is because, guys, remember, number one, the market has given us this overextended W structure. Number two, price has broken to the upside of that neckline. Number three, the neckline is now also a very strong level of support. Number four, the very same neckline aligns with the 61.8% Fibonacci retracement level, right? So this means that should price from where it is currently come back to that zone or this area, it would be, in my very humble opinion, a good area to be looking for potential buy opportunities. Having said that, remember, if I can just zoom out, remember also that on the weekly chart I spoke about how the market may potentially give us this pattern where at this point we may see the market actually move further down to complete that double top. Can you guys see that, right? So again, I'm just speculating and showing you what may possibly happen, right? Anyway, from here, let's head down to the H4 chart. And here we are on the H4 chart. On the H4 chart, I'm just going to start off by adding my H4 channel again. And how would I edit? I would edit more or less in this manner. Just bear with me. Let's just zoom in a bit and see what's happening. So there goes my H4 channel so far. And just looking at the H4 chart, right? The channel is in an upward trend as well, and it tells us that for the most part we should just be looking for buy opportunities. Having said that, we also have this particular channel being very much steep, and steep channels are usually easily broken. So what this tells me is that we may be getting ready to see a reversal of sorts. To add to this, we also have that candlestick over there, and what it is a bearish candlestick, and we can see that it's starting to look like we may potentially get a reversal of sorts. And remember, guys, that on the bigger time frames I spoke about how the market may potentially give us this double top, but just to zoom in again on the H4 chart, on the H4 chart, it is also quite possible that the market may give us, rather has given us, the first leg of a potential double top, and we may see the market come back to the very same level, and at that level again is where we may see the market actually move further down. And again, guys, I'm just speculating, as I said, and I'm showing you what may potentially happen. And I'm not giving you signals or telling you to sell at that point. I'm showing you what may potentially happen, right? And myself personally, ideally, I would love to see the market actually potentially giving us that second leg of that potential double top. And if it does so, at this point over here is where I will be looking for potential sell opportunities, keeping in mind that we also have, if I can just mark it, we also have this channel over here. And as much as I'm saying that we may see price giving us confirmations there to sell, the market may actually bounce off of this level only to continue to move further up, right? So again, just to zoom out and just in conclusion, guys, remember this channel is very much steep, and steep channels are usually broken very easily. To add to that, we have these 3 candlesticks which are bearish, which are showing us signs that we may potentially be getting ready to see a reversal. Ideally, as I said, I want to see the market giving us a second leg over there, and on that second leg is where I will be looking for reversal candlestick patterns, such as railroad tracks, which look like this, right, where this would be bullish and this one would be bearish. Or I want to see a pin bar of sorts which looks like this, more or less, right? I want to see something like this, right? Or I want to see a pattern that looks like this. Let's see, my drawings are not so great, but let's have a look. Or I want to see a pattern that looks like this, something like this, right? Or I want to see a bearish engulfing candlestick pattern, right? And to add to that, right, as much as I would be looking for that on that second leg, I also on the lower time frames will be looking for a channel. You can just draw it. I will be looking for a channel, let's see, right, on the lower time frames. And once the channel breaks below that, or rather once price breaks below the channel and I get any of those reversal candlestick patterns, chances are I'm gonna sell, keeping in mind that we also have this. And as much as I'm saying that I might sell, it is quite possible that we may see the market bounce off of this channel, which is, as I said, over here, and the market may continue to move further up, right? But so far as things stand, I don't see any actual buy or sell opportunities, as I said. And yeah, just remember that we also have this pattern, and on the bigger time frames we may get confirmation there to sell, right? However, having said all this, guys, should I sell, should I get a double top there and I sell, my first take profit should be around here somewhere. My first take profit should be around there somewhere, and that is because as much as we have this huge W structure that we spoke about on the bigger time frames, on the H4 chart we also have this smaller W structure, and this is a very strong level of support as well, right? And remember that the very same level aligns with the 61.8% Fibonacci retracement level, and it's the neckline of that W structure.